ATL, once the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad, where the sound of that train horn can still be heard inside the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, and we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On the Eagles sideline, head coach Nick Sirianni. His guys, winners a week ago in that 4-5 matchup, looking to carry that momentum over to the divisional round. On the other side, Falcons head coach Raheem Morris. His guys fresh coming off the bye, ready to prove they are the team to beat in the conference. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. And his first pass is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
That will complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. Well, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Penix. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
To the air, Penix. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 17 yards out. And the Falcons are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Extra point by Cool, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Yeah, he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. Where do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man is the tight end, Mason Taylor. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Hurts completing this one quickly. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Saquon Barkley, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Atlanta now coming out on the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw, Penix. Complete to Drake London. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
On the 31-yard line. Let's go now. 19, Tiger.
And they'll try to run the option here. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
70 Lions.
Here's Penix. Throw left side. There's London. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. That's complete with Zay Flowers with it. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Partner, you know most routes are timed out or measured precisely. But when you know where the first down marker is, you tailor your route to that, don't you? That was 3rd and 5, and they picked up enough for the first down.
And it's a room to maneuver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. These two teams all tied after one.
Quarter.
Second quarter action, the Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 70, Brooklyn, Mustang 19. Set, go. Ball set. Steady.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Yeah,
like an egg underhanded, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
You turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll drop the throw. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Trim it.
They'll look to throw again. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 55 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
They got lucky. I went for the SWAT.
Tied at 14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Algier going straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
19 tight.
And looking to throw, Penix. Over the middle, caught by London. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Caught by London. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll go out of bounds yards after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A play fake. Now Penix. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Let's go.
They'll throw with Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. This is caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and goal at the Eagles' 2-yard line.
Algier trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
Come on, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That one in the books as a 12th-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hurts fumbles it, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Coup now for the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Watts. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me?
I want to ask if I can make same art for your channel if it. I do like logos, banner, animation, intro and outro, panels, emotes, stuff like that, etc. Can you drop your Discord in chat? Add me on Discord. Amond_005.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. Shifts by at the 15. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagles, 60.
Algier now up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Second and 11 now. Now Penix. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
19, sorry, Buffalo 18. 70 rings, 70 rings. Come 19, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Please, let go.
To the air, Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide down with a good gain. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Eagles 14.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice it.
Hurts fumbles it. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's 2nd and 8. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hurt. My man.
They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Michael Penix as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
I'm always blowing out the Eagles now.
Koo for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So halftime now here on Sunday Night Primetime. Let's get it to Scott Hansen in Orlando with our halftime report.
Our tour around the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The New York Football Giants at home to take on the Minnesota Vikings. And this is J.J. McCarthy. He's going to find his man here. This, one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Vikings are on to the NFC Championship game. They get it done here in the divisional round. Up next, a massive game here in the AFC playoffs. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. Well done here. It's a touchdown. The Steelers pull off yet another upset. They are now just 1 win away from the Super Bowl. One more for you. Let's go to Cincinnati. The Bengals taking on the Houston Texans. And it's the former Ohio State star back in Ohio, C.J. Stroud. He had it working. This one of 5 touchdown passes for the game. And here's a look at the current playoff bracket in the NFL playoffs. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So can I have your Discord, please?
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
While the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Algier will try to pick it up. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. On the bootleg, it's Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
43-yard line.
Looking to throw, Penix. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Now a handoff to Algier. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
On the give, it's Algier. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On the toss, here's Robinson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. That's caught by Tucker. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's another.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. Ready?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there.
Alert! Alert! 70 Lions. Head to 60. Head to 60. Ready?
Robinson will score. Touchdown Atlanta.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. James Pierce, his second sack of the night. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT.
Quarter. Add me on Discord. Amond_005. I'm always blowing out the Eagles' now. So can I have your Discord, please? Good Lord.
Koo now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Falcons 56.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' 1st down as the tackle made up near the 35. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good for Eagles. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 53 yards. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went.
That is the only way they have scored all game. This game should be 56-7.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Lockdown defense don't matter.
Stopped up at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And it would appear that that 1st round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Looking to put a drive together. To start it out, Robinson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Down at the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
inches. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
On the ground, it's Algier. Room here to run. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll stick with Algier. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On third down, Penix from the gun. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
It's 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. They are going for it. Penix. That is caught. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
The 27-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here we go. 18 Cardinals.
And looking to throw, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. Hey, smash Broncos. 60 Eagles.
They'll look to run with Algier. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Come on. Warriors 70. Like Cup 19. Cup 19. Go.
Penix working out of the gun here. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Trey Tucker, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. coup for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Brown now to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Hurts. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this 4th quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.